Good morning! Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome on in. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. It has been 2 weeks now, you guys. 2 full weeks since I have been able to go live and see how everybody is doing. First and foremost, for Facebook regulations, I do not own the rights in the background of the music. It is currently live on Spotify. That is what's going on with the music in the background. Hello, Brittany. Hi, Michael. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing there? Grab your coffees. Today's episode goes to International Delight Caramel Macchiato. It's nice and sweet, but not too sugary. It's super good. It's made with real milk and cream. You can get this at your local grocery store. Absolutely love the caramel macchiato. I believe my mom also loves to grab herself the International Delight coffees as well. So yeah, no artificial flavors, no corn syrup. It's just delightful and amazing. So it's great to do those little iced coffees in the morning. So definitely go ahead and grab yourself a little International Delight at your local grocery store. It's fabulous. That is currently what I'm drinking right now. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in. How are you today? It's going to be a good day today. Hump Day Wednesday. Don't forget about it. It's also Wear It Wednesday. So whether you're just, vacuuming around the house, or you're going out to go get yourself a little something at the grocery store, or you're going to see your girlfriend down the street, go ahead and wear your jewelry today. It is Wear It Wednesday. So I am currently rocking one of my pearl pieces that you see here with a little bit of that intertwining bedazzle in between, with my snake chain underneath it. This is from my paparazzi accessories line that I will get into a little bit later about what I'm doing with that. I'm going away from the live videos when it comes to selling the jewelry and more one-on-one and doing things in person. So we'll talk about that later. But I'm wearing it Wednesday, so I got my snake chain and a little bit of my pearl necklace going on here. It's definitely fun. Got my nice little snap leather bracelet with my nice bejewels that you see there as well. It's fabulous. Let's get some of the boring stuff out of the way. Fun 5 things to know from CNN this morning are 5 major topics that are currently going on right now, which is September 16th. This is a Wednesday of 2020. And it was updated this morning. So CNN is covering all sorts of different things. Now, they did talk about the coronavirus, but I have a separate thing I want to talk about with that too, specifically for the area that I currently live in. So I'll go more into the Yavapai County stuff and less about the worldwide stuff. So for the boring stuff here real quick, so CNN is saying that the coronavirus was lurking in the US as early as December, as we all know. That's not going to be interesting. So we're going to talk about COVID on the information that I did research for. But, so the other one they wanted to post was a big thing recently is police violence. As we've all seen and has been going on for a while now, is the police violence. And CNN had went ahead and said that officials in Louisville, Kentucky have reached a $12 million settlement with the family of the Breonna Taylor in its wrongful death lawsuit. So that was updated this morning that they had reached that $12 million settlement. The city also agreed to sweeping police reforms as part of the negotiation. It's one of the largest settlements linked to a police shooting and a historic move for a city marked by grief and unrest since Taylor's killing in March. So that's kind of giving you a little rough update this morning that they did get their settlement for that. Meanwhile, the Rochester City Council in New York passed 3 bills addressing police funding and authorizing an independent investigation into Daniel Prude's death and police custody in March. And in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the fatal police shooting of a knife-wielding man over the weekend has been ruled a homicide. So that is part of the police violence topic from CNN right now. Just getting through some of the boring stuff. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Hi, Nene. Hi, Amanda. It's great to see you guys. It's been a very long while now. Wear It Wednesday. I hope you're rocking your jewelry. Just going through some quick of the boring news stuff here real quick. So we've got, on the third topic from CNN was about the election for 2020. It's very political, of course. And I'll let you go ahead and do some research on that, since I don't want to get into politics too heavy. But there is the topic of election 2020 that was updated this morning. I also was watching some sort of conference thing that President Trump won an award of some sorts, allegedly. So I'll let you do your research on that. But there are updated information about elections going on as of this morning, talking about Trump and everything else, and Biden. So, and then I thought was really interesting to make it more of an international thing was the Abraham Accords. I don't know if anybody has heard about the Abraham Accords yet, but it's leaders from Israel and Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates gathered in Washington with President Trump yesterday that they had signed the Abraham Accords, which is a peace treaty that essentially normalizes relations between Israel and two Arab nations. It's been years since such a scene was ushered in by the U.S., and Trump said the moment marked the dawn of a new Middle East. So that was going on yesterday, you guys. I'm just giving you spark notes. Do your research. The Abraham Accords was a peace treaty that went down yesterday with Israel and Bahrain and the United Arab. So let's see here. Peace efforts with Israel could pave the way for a stronger relationship with the White House, according to CNN reports, including better access to military equipment, etc., etc. For Israel's prime minister, the deal is a huge foreign policy win, since few Israel leaders before him have managed to even sign a peace agreement with fellow nations in the regions. So I thought that was very, very intriguing. If you're into that stuff, do your research today. Lots of things were updated from the earlier in the week that had went down. I know we've been really busy, people going back to work. We're being blindsided still with all of the coronavirus updates on the news, so there are other things going on. So definitely look into the Abraham Accords. It was a peace treaty that was signed. So a little spark note version of that here real quick. I hope we all have our coffee. Hi Jackie, welcome in. Hi Matthew. Hello everybody, how are you? Girl, if you live here in Cottonwood, Arizona, JCPenney's is going out of business, okay? This is their last week, and everything is going to be above 70 to 85% off now. Girl, I went shopping. I got myself a little little B button-up dress shirt. It's cute, okay? It was only $5. Yes, ma'am. I was like, I can rock a little B's. Oh, I love it. So go to JCPenney's here in Cottonwood, Arizona. It is their last week of having the doors open. Their sales have gone up even more than what they were a couple weeks ago. 70 to 80 to even 90% off of their clothes right now. They are being wiped out. So if you want to get yourself a cute little outfits, now that we're coming out of our homes from COVID lockdown, go over there. You will spend like $50 and walk out with like 20 new pairs of outfits. It's amazing. So JCPenney's going out of business. Head on over there in the Fry's Plaza in Cottonwood, Arizona. So let's see. Number 5 on the topics of the boring news with CNN is they were talking about the environment. So I'm just going to read verbatim from CNN on what they reported this morning. Was that in 2010, 196 countries put together a plan to save the Earth's ecosystem from a man-made destruction in the following 10 years. Well, 2020 is here. Okay, so the world has failed to meet that single target. In case you didn't know that, the United Nations Global Biodiversity Outlook reports reveals that biodiversity is declining at record rates. And only 6 of the 20 goals laid out by 2010's Achieve Biodiversity targets have been partially achieved. Yes. And then what did the world do right? The global rate of the deforestation has fallen by a third compared to the previous decade. And then a better fisheries practice have been instituted, and we've managed to significantly expand the number of protected natural areas, but habitat loss and degradation remain high, as do the pollution levels. Spark notes, easy going on the environment. Do your research on that as well, because there are things that were in place that we have not been able to accomplish. So, fun little spark notes. That was the top 5 topics from CNN on what they were talking about this morning. So we're gonna put that away now. Let's see. We're gonna keep all the information going before I start doing my actual chit chat and I start We're going to do Would You Rather game later on here in the video. It's a 1-hour episode, so stay together if you want to do Would You Rather COVID-19 style 2020 on what would we rather do. So if you want to play that game, definitely stay logged in and actually put in the comments below that you are interested in playing the game. We'll be doing that here soon. Also, I know I talked about this 2 weeks ago when I did my last live video. Don't forget, elections are coming in November. Grab your booklets if you are a voter. Please, please, please. This is the most crucial time to not only be voting for a new presidency, but we've got all sorts of new all sorts of other new propositions that are trying to be passed as well. Please do your research. We need everybody's votes matter so much right now, specifically in Arizona. There's a lot of changes going on here in this state. They're trying to reintroduce the legalization of marijuana, recreational, and promising that all that tax money is be going right back into our state. We're talking millions of dollars that can really boost up our economy. It's going to be under strict regulations and stuff like that. It's going to be treated just like alcohol. You know, you got to be 21. It's going to be child-proof stuff. That's Proposition 207. Don't get it confused with Proposition 208. 208 is what they're talking about with the schools and other things that's going on in education. So 207 is for Arizona's recreational marijuana. 208 is a different proposition with the schooling and education and stuff like that. So make sure you research the two different ones. They're going to be right next to each other on the ballot. So you want to make sure you know what you're doing before you put that check mark there. We definitely we need to move on from this decriminalization of this marijuana. We've got other things to worry about. Let's just pass it. Let's get that tax revenue into our country. Let's get those people that they had a plant on hand and that have been spending years in prison, while you've got pedophiles and molesters that only get 6 months at a time that sit in jail and they're released and they continue to do the same stuff. So think about that, you guys. That's my own little opinion on that, so I definitely won't go more into that because I know everybody's got their own opinions, but just do your research, please. If you are part of the pre-early ballot, you'll be able to get your information through this book right here. Arizona, this is crucial. The United States, this is crucial for everybody else as well. Research, get involved. Your vote matters so hard right now. Done with that. We're just plowing through all this news here real quick. Let's see here. Matthew says, you watch the Clinton News Network. They're removing our flag and replacing it with another. Now, I heard of those allegations, Matthew. Yes, I'm not covering that specifically because I don't have all the fine details on that. I will be bringing that up in a future Coffee Chit Chat series. Also, we're going to be releasing some more news on how this is going to be changing with my series itself. Good things, super excited. The name will be changing, but we're going to go into that later. But Matthew, yes, I have been very well aware that they want to replace our American flag with something else. And so to me, I'm a little astonished by that. But because it's all allegations, I'm trying not to really cover that yet. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But no, it's concerning. Definitely very concerning. Alright, let's get into Yavapai County news, and then let's have some fun. So, in Yavapai County, today is September 16th, of course, as you all know. If you didn't, it's September 16th, 2020. It is approximately 12:22 in the afternoon, Mountain Standard Time. So, this is going to be super important for us locals if you've been curious about what's going on with our coronavirus numbers. So, let's see what we got here. So across Arizona, total, so we're talking all Arizona, and then I'll go into Yavapai here in just a second. Across all of Arizona, we've had 1,605,444 Arizonians that have been tested for COVID-19, with 209,907 positive results, with 5,371 deaths, So the numbers haven't really changed in Arizona. So you'll recognize a lot of the numbers that I'm speaking verbatim right now. According to a Yavapai County Community Health Services, the news release was today. So that's where their numbers came from. Let's see. So YRMC West is caring for 5 COVID-19 patients currently, and the East Campus has 3 COVID-19 patients and 2 PUIs. The Verde Valley Medical Center, which is here in Cottonwood, you guys, reports only 2 COVID hospitalizations and 1 PUI, and while the Prescott VA has no patients and none in PUI. So the things have been definitely going down, even though you're seeing percentages fluctuating. I'm seeing it stay pretty much at the same level right now. As we all know, there was the free testing that went on this last weekend here in Yavapai County, which is Cottonwood and Prescott and the surrounding areas. Yavapai County is pretty big for Arizona. I guess it was a very huge success. They had a big testing blitz over the weekend, which provided 569 COVID-19 tests to residents of Yavapai County. 569, okay, that sounds fabulous, but if you think about it, Yavapai County is hosting multiple cities. Only 569 tests went out. Yeah, it's a great success, but you've got thousands of people that live in this county. That's why I feel like our numbers aren't matching. Nothing's making sense right now. But we just keep doing what we're doing right now because we need this to go away and get back to whatever normal was before. Because, yeah. Anyways, enough of the COVID. Let's move on. Some things that, it's also Suicide Prevention Month, you guys, for September. And especially with COVID going down, I mean, statistics have been showing on all the research that I've been doing that young adults ages 18 to 24 have been experiencing the biggest depression in their mental state. And so mental awareness is huge right now, you guys. Be mentally aware and self-aware of your friends around you, your family around you. Everybody is reacting and taking all of this in very differently right now. And so it's definitely crucial that we pay attention. It is Suicide Prevention Month, you guys. Check in on your friends, check in your family. Have they been okay the last 6 months, having to sit in their house and they haven't had a job, or they haven't had the money, you know, they've been struggling. Whatever the case might be, you know, depression is at its high right now, you guys. It's so crucial that even if it's just a 2-second, hey, how are you? I hope you're okay. I love you. At least, you know, you're putting it into words to that person that they are thought about, because it's easy to let your mind spin and go in one direction. So another cool thing that they were saying is that there's 5 things to kind of focus on. It's self-awareness, which is understanding your emotions and thoughts and how they influence your behavior. We've had a lot of time on our hands that haven't been controlled by working a 9-to-5 or whatever, and so if you've had a lot of that downtime, now is the chance to really be self-aware of yourself and your emotions. If you have been working the entire time and you haven't had the break, that's actually a pretty damn good time to also take a step back for a moment. Be aware of yourself. So that was one topic they wanted to talk about during Suicide Prevention Month. Also, self-management as well. Have you had the ability to regulate your emotions and behaviors in different situations and to set and work towards different goals? Now, anybody that's friends with me know I love to have goals. I have to have something to focus on. So maybe get some goals and self-management yourself, distract yourself, you know, stuff like that. Because we don't need to go, I mean, if it's just a temporary depression, I'm seeing a lot of people go on medication right now. There are other ways around it that we can figure out the source. If it does come down to, and you do need to take some prescription medications, that's fine. But let's try and walk through these steps together to see if it can get you back and feeling fabulous and fierce like you were before all this went down. Carla, I love you so much. Hi, it's good to see you. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Deborah. It's great to be back doing the Chit Chat series. Sorry, I've been rambling over here, getting off all the news and the boring stuff. Grab your coffees, everyone. As I was saying though, yes, it is Suicide Prevention Month, and you know, everybody is feeling it right now. And Let's see. So that number 3 would be responsible decision making. Are we making responsible choices while we've had this downtime? If you've had downtime or if you've been working too much because they're short-staffed, are we making the right decisions? Are we eating right? I mean, if we're not eating right, that's going to also cater into that can help activate neurons in the head that puts you in that depression. You got to make sure you still get your vegetables, your vitamins, go outside and sit in the sun for like an hour, get that vitamin D. That will help you get out of that depression. Little things like that. Just force yourself and get off of it. You got this. You can do this. We're all feeling it right now. I can definitely tell you that much. I've had my roller coaster ride the last 6 months of emotional distress and excitement and depression. I've had it all. Okay, I give you all nothing but good stuff on the live videos and pictures, but trust me, I feel you. But I know people are going through it much worse. Another one was social awareness. Okay, social awareness is going to be huge right now, especially since we've not really been socializing, okay? Gyms are open again, you can do all your things, you can go to the bars, whatever, all that stuff is open again. Well, I don't know about you, I had a little minor social anxiety going on when it came back to reintroducing myself around groups. So yes, have your social awareness. Take the ability and the perspective and empathize with others around you. And be aware of that, and you're going to be able to notice your emotional changes by being forced to being confined, and now you're able to go out. So just be aware of that. There's nothing wrong. You'll be able to, get back into the groove of things again. It's a natural human thing to feel those feelings after being secluded or away from socializing for so long. And then we're doing it for the 5 months. How long we were technically on lockdown? I would say a total of four grand total lockdowns, 4 months of pure lockdown, nothing open. Out of the 6-7 months that this has been going on. So just be socially aware. It's definitely a thing right now. And then the biggest thing is bringing back our relationship skills. Our socializing skills, build up your relationships, or you have the ability to establish and maintain healthy and meaningful relationships. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that want to bring you up and not bring you down right now. That is so crucial on making sure that we stay level-headed, we stay together, we stay collective, so we can make the right decisions coming up in November with our country, with ourselves. Now is more than ever. This is a reset, you guys. If you were unhappy with your relationships or friendships, whatever the case might be, before all this went down, now is the time for you to take the cat by the tail and turn your life around, okay? There's no more excuses. You can do this. Definitely just be aware who you're surrounding yourself with. So yeah, remember Suicide Prevention Month. I'm gonna break away from this now. If you're thinking about suicide or concerned about someone else, call the National Suicide Prevention Line at 1-800-273-8255. That is 1-800-273-8255. Skilled and trained counselors are available 24/7 to talk, answer questions, and help you navigate this challenging situation, because it is challenging, you guys. You are not alone, and help is definitely a phone call or chat away, whether it's with a professional, a family, or friend. Remember this. It doesn't have to be September to be suicide awareness. People just need the love. So remember that, everybody. Hi, great advice. Your personality is everything, and I love your vibes. Thank you. It's great to see you. Hello. Thank you very much. But yeah, so the number again, if you know anybody or you're thinking of preventing of suicide, the number is 1-800-273-8255. You can learn more online at #Yavapai Stronger Together. And then there's other information that can go with that. So that's that news. Let's keep on smiling. Let's keep on laughing. Let's see here. What other news that I missed here? There's mental health resources at justicementalhealth.com/resources support. All that stuff. Okay, so we did that. All that news came from the Daily Courier, which is a trusted local news leader for the Prescott and the Yavapai area since 1882, you guys. Great news source for our little small area that we have here. Alright, so we covered the news, we covered the ballot, suicide prevention. What else do we need to cover here? So, girl, let's talk about something fun for a second. Does anybody watch Dancing with the Stars? I can't believe I'm about to say this right now. Oh my gosh, where's my paper? Where did that paper go? Okay, so if you watch Dancing with the Stars on the 14th, September 14th, they just did their Dancing with the Stars debut for 2020. The cast line has Carol Baskin, you guys. Carol M.F. Baskin on Dancing with the Stars right now. What in the world was Dancing with the Stars thinking bringing Carol Baskin up on their show? I mean, come on, girl. She was dancing the paso. I mean, and they had like the fake tiger thing. And it was a mess. And I'm like, we do not need to be giving this woman any more publicity. She needs to just go away. Why are we making her famous? Carol Baskin, my ass. I can't with her. Also, you'll never believe who is the new host for Dancing with the Stars, Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks, y'all remember her from America's Next Top Model. That's right, she is your host for Dancing with the Stars 2020 this year, you guys. She is absolutely stunning. That red dress was magnificent. So YouTube it, Dancing with the Stars 2020. Tyra Banks is your host. Hostess with the mostest. Absolutely loved seeing her. Another cool lineup that's on there. We've got Johnny Weir on there as well, who, you know, that cute little flamboyant ice skater. He is on Dancing with the Stars, and he danced the salsa. Loved his performance. Definitely nailed it to the bone. Definitely a good time. Sean says the Tiger King is a little busy right now, to be fair. I still don't see why Carol Baskin has to be on there. Come on now. Also, we've got Jeannie Mai from The Real. She's also on Dancing with the Stars for 2020. She's dancing the salsa. Who else do we have? We had AJ McLean on there. Charles Oakley is on Dancing with the Stars this year. We've got Nelly is on there as well. Monica Adiam. I always pronounce her last name wrong. Excuse me. Sorry, Monica. But Monica Aldama is on Dancing with the Stars this year as well. So it's very interesting. So when I was watching it, it looks like they don't have an audience. And then the judges, they've got like this long, I mean, we're talking a long desk that's probably about the size of my living room lengthwise. That's sitting 3 judges that are perfectly 6 feet apart. It's hilarious. And I feel like there's no audience in the area. So they've got like, it feels like they've got like the fake laughing, allegedly. I could be wrong, there could be a small audience in there, but allegedly from my outside perspective, it looked like there was nobody there, but yet you still heard all the screaming and the cheering as if it's like some sort of digital media thing that they did. So Dancing with the Stars, which aired on September 14th, was very entertaining. It is on YouTube for free and order. All 16 episodes, all 16 pieces of that episode are on YouTube right now if you wanted to catch the performances that you missed on the 14th. Super entertaining. Carla says, let's talk about what is open in Cottonwood, eh? We could definitely do that, sure. So what's open in Cottonwood is everything open again at higher regulations. We've got lots of new businesses that are opening up. Actually, for example, I am now going to be a full bartender over at Belfry Brewery. It's called Belfry. I know it looks like Belfry. It is Belfry. That is the pronunciation of the brewery and Wood Fry Grill. Our set to be open date is going to be in the first... I don't have the actual date, but it's sometime in October is going to be the big grand opening. So we're going into full extensive training. Actually, I will be there tomorrow morning around 9:45, and I'll be learning. Doors are closed, so don't show up yet. I gotta learn all my drinks and the menu still, girl. So yeah, Belfry Brewery is a new business that's opened up. We got the Folgy Brothers, which is where the old Riot was here in Old Town Cottonwood. The Folgy Brothers, allegedly, from what I've heard, is going to be a vegan Indian food restaurant that will also offer takeout, and they're gonna have live music there as well. So that's the Folgy Brothers, right where the old Riot building was. We've got the Provisioner Wine Tasting Room, which is a new tasting room in Old Town Cottonwood that also opened up this month as well. They are serving you 3 of their beautiful wines. You've got a red, a white, and a rosé. Check them out. They're right there in Old Town. They are also affiliated with Arizona Stronghold Vineyards. That is going to be their table wine collection. Wonderful stuff. Another State Bar is officially back open and doing their shindig there, so it's good to see State Bar back open. Don't forget to show Tea Easy some love. She's your local, very small business owner right there in Old Town, giving you fresh brewed teas and gelatos. She's got some amazing stuff, so definitely take advantage and go see Julie over at Tea Easy. Show her lots of love. She's got an amazing establishment, and after you get your tea, you can go sit over there at State Bar and socialize with your friends as well. They kind of share that nice little property there. So it's great to see them open again. Main stage is open. Yes, Carla, main stage is open, and so is the Chaparral. Everything is under heavy supervised conditions, so you got to wear your mask going in. You have to sit down at the tables, no dancing allowed, no board games, yada yada yada. The extensiveness behind it all doesn't make any sense because of our liquor license that we currently obtain. As in, I was in Prescott over the weekend, and which I'm actually going to get into about the shooting range, where I walked into multiple establishments that had some sort of live performer doing their thing, some sort of event going on. So it's really confusing and disheartening to see that some establishments, because they have a liquor 12 license, they can still continue to do things, or you've got someone with the class 6 or 7 liquor license that can't do anything at all. So to me, it's a discrimination versus the licensing and not establishments itself, because they're not focusing on establishments at that point, they're focusing on licensing. And I'm sorry, COVID-19 doesn't pay attention to licensing, you guys. So that doesn't make any sense. You could talk to Governor Doug Ducey about that. Yes, I just shouted out his name, Governor Doug Ducey of Arizona, making some very interesting decisions for us here, which I feel like he has too much power. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, anyways, I've got this messenger thing going off. I need it to stop. There we go. So anyways, so I was in Prescott this weekend, and my friend who has moved here has given me an education behind guns. I'm gonna give you a little backstory first about my opinion, my personal opinion, because that's what it is, opinion. We don't need to get all feisty here. I know it's a touchy subject. I was a little indifferent about guns before. I've been around them. Obviously, I'm in Arizona. People go hunting all the time. You know, I've been around them. It's not like I've never seen them before. I don't know anything about guns, let alone with the bullets and all that stuff. Don't know any of that. So, but I've never really had like more of an intensive hands-on experience before. And so he decided to go ahead and take me to the shooting range over in Prescott, Arizona. And to let everybody know, you don't just go in there, you give them the money, and you start shooting. No, ma'am. If you've never done it before, which I've never really shot a gun before unless it was a BB gun, you have to sit down, you listen to the training videos. They literally tell you everything about safety, everything that you need to know about the gun, what can happen with it when it's in your possession, you know, things like that. It was actually kind of refreshing to know that they would give somebody that information that's never done it before, but it's been curious. So I did have to go through that. They check your background, they make us sign waivers, you know, you've got to have a squeaky clean record, you know, all that stuff, and even to have possession of the gun, let alone shoot it. So it was an extensive process. So by the time all that went down, I finally got into the shooting ring. Okay. Girl. That's some scary stuff right there. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Like, I know I'm a little indifferent about it, and I just prefer not to have them in my house. I don't like them in my house, but it was good to have my hands-on experience. Okay, so like, what really blew my mind is when I shot a Glock. I don't know what that means, but it's like a Glock gun or whatever. It's an automatic, and you know, it does its thing. So the adrenaline and like the excitement meets the fear and the noise and everything that's going on around you. I can see why, if that gets in the wrong person's hands, how dangerous that could be. Just by doing that one shot towards the target, instantly like went down my spinal cords as if it was like some crazy possession. It was very intense, and that's why it is so crucial. Mental awareness. Know who you need to know who's around you and who is owning a gun. Okay, I feel like they can be good and they can be bad. That's what makes me sit smack dab in the middle. Of my personal opinion, I'm not pro, but I'm not against. I'm kind of neutral. I'm like Switzerland. I don't want a fully loaded gun in my house. So I also got to shoot a revolver. The revolver I found was more manageable hand-wise. I didn't get as much recoil, I believe is what it's called, where it doesn't make your hand shake and stuff like that. So that was a very interesting experience. But revolvers or anything that you have to do, like your little inserted bullets, are actually a lot more dangerous having around in the house or around your possession, is because it just takes one wrong move and that bad boy can go off. As in, like, you have, let's say, a semi-automatic like a Glock or whatnot, where you've got the thing. Let's say this is too big, of course, but this would be like the bullet case. You can have this next to the gun, and that is what should be used for protection and self-defense, is what I was told. Is that way the bullets are not actually in the gun, but if you needed to, all you had to do was pop it in, move it, and it was ready. As in a revolver or a pistol, where you're entering those bullets, there's more danger to that, and it's easily for it to go off. And so just know what you're buying, know what you're doing. You will have to get through extensive background checks, and I highly recommend getting a mental evaluation before you get a gun. I also would say this to all of our police officers, all of our law enforcement that want to just go straight to using their guns. I feel like there needs to be more of an education out there. There needs a huge education and training and an understanding of these specific weapons, you guys. And I definitely say more so to law enforcement as well. They need to learn when and when they cannot use those weapons. You know, we can get through this. Anyways, it was a very interesting experience. I'm not going to be a gun owner. I don't feel like I need to have a gun. I collect switchblades and daggers, so I feel pretty safe, and I know how to use other weapons that don't involve shooting. So at least I got my experience. I got my hands on experience. Definitely an adrenaline rush. I mean, I was there for a while. I mean, we spent the whole afternoon in the shooting range, him and I, and just trying different guns and learning about it. And yeah, it's very fascinating. So if you've never had the opportunity to actually get a hands-on experience like that, I definitely recommend taking the time to just even go to the shooting range, and they'll teach you everything you want to know. It's the easiest $22 that you'll ever spend. But remember, you gotta have a clean background. You don't go in there as a felon. Don't go in there doing any of that stuff. You know, make sure you're squeaky clean, because that is a huge thing, especially in Arizona. Carla says, please, hi, I love you, but I feel like I'm forever stuck in an elevator. Change your background music. That's the only music I can really let play without Facebook shutting it down. So that's why I'm a little bit more upbeat versus the elevator music, as you'd like to call it there. Matthew says, gun owner here. I live out in the sticks with my 10-year-old daughter. I only use it for protection, but don't worry, it's locked up. Wait, I like the music. That's awesome. Yeah, you know, safety, 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 safety. If you are going to be a gun owner, safety is crucial, you guys. Know your safety behind it, okay? I mean, you may be a badass and know exactly what you're doing with it, but it just takes the one wrong handling or unloading or whatever, and it can go off. You just need to know what you're doing if you're going to be a gun owner. That's it. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I learned. I tried. Now, it's up to the American people what they want to do with that. At least I can say it's been on the headlines, and I wanted to know what it was like. So, and I had a lovely friend who is an experienced gun owner there. So anyways, let's get off of that topic. Who wants to play Would You Rather? Who wants to play Would You Rather right now? Because we are, oh my goodness, I've already been on for 47 minutes, you guys. So let's end our live with a little bit of Would You Rather. So who wants to be asked a question first? Who wants to be asked a question first? Carla, Matthew, are you wanting to play Would You Rather? Oh, and also don't forget, today's episode goes to International Delight Iced Coffee for Caramel Macchiato. It's so good. It's made with real milk and cream, no artificial flavors or corn syrups. It's just a delight and refreshing. So Matthew, here in Mississippi, we learn how to shoot guns before we're potty trained. Oh yeah, right on. Okay, Matthew, let's ask you a first question. So, would you rather be locked up in a would you rather be locked up with all of your family members in a one-bedroom house for 6 months, or would you rather do survival of the fittest on the streets? I don't like that question. Where'd my questions go? Hold on a minute. I'm over here trying to come up with them off the wind in my head. I have questions here somewhere. Where'd they go? Oh! Would you rather... Okay. Would you rather eat a handful of cockroaches as your meal, or would you rather would you rather drink that expired milk? If that was all that you had, would you rather eat a handful of cockroaches, or would you drink the expired milk? What would you do? Oh, that's so disgusting. Oh, that's like Fear Factor stuff right there. Oh my god. So yeah, fun question of the day. Would you rather eat a handful of cockroaches, or would you drink that last of the spoiled milk if that's all you had left to choose from? Deborah, you would choose the expired milk? Really? Oh no. Oh god. Oh, that sounds terrible. Matthew says milk as well. I can't eat the cockroaches. I'm a vegetarian. Oh, that's great. Oh no, I would choose the cockroaches. I would get one whiff of the spoiled milk and I would regurgitate it everywhere. That just sounds terrible. Oh no. Oh man, that's priceless. I can't. Well, we are coming to an end here, you guys. I've had so much fun with you. Thank you so for tuning in, everybody. I think I covered a lot, really, in this episode. I know it's been 2 weeks. I won't let it be another 2 weeks again. I am a special announcement. As soon as this video goes off, in about 10 minutes, I will be posting a replacement series that's going to be taking over Coffee Chit Chat. So, Coffee Chit Chat will go up until the end of the year. And then I will be introducing for 2021, produced and with a filmmaker and editor and my lovely friend himself, which I'll say his name later. We will be changing from season 1 of Coffee Chit Chat series of 2020 to 2021 season 2 with a new name. And I'll have special effects. I'll be able to actually have, while I'm talking, I'll have things on the screen so you can actually see things. It's gonna be like your YouTube series that you see all the time. So I'll be announcing that name here this afternoon. So see first, follow me on my Facebook, and you'll get to see it. When it is posted, make sure your sound is on, because there is some volume with it as well. I love you guys very much. I'll see you around town. I'll see you in our local establishments and everything there. So you are amazing. Stay healthy. Suicide Prevention Month. Don't forget that. Stay mentally aware of yourself and people around you. Just pass the love. It's now more than ever that we stick together, you guys. We can do this. Don't forget to pay attention for voting. Remember, voting is happening in November. November, you guys, November. If you can vote, please do it. It may seem like it's useless and not going to make a difference, but it will. So let's see. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay aware. Suicide Prevention Month. Get ready to vote. Get back out there if you can. Let's get that vitamin D today. Get that sunshine. So even if you can just leave your house for 45 minutes today, even if it's just in the car driving around with your windows down so you can get that fresh air, get that vitamin D on your arm or whatever, just that little bit of you getting out of the house, I promise you, it will make you feel better today. Just get out and do it, even if you're by yourself. Wear it Wednesday! Wear all that beautiful jewelry, and I will see you next Wednesday for another beautiful coffee chit chat series. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you soon.